Welcome back to Having a Cup of Joe with Joe. I'm Joe. Just in case YouTube didn't catch it, welcome back to Having a Cup of Joe with Joe. I'm Joe. This is Cars and Coffee. I'm in a 66 T-Bird. That's an 84 Camaro Z28, and behind it we had a 78 Dodge Toyota RV. My front picture, I was sitting on a chopped up frame of the Dodge Toyota in the 440, but because it rained last night, we had to disassemble our final art and tarp it all up. So I'm gonna sit in the 66 while I tell you a story about the RV. Back in the day, it wasn't even that long ago. Uh, back a while back, we went for a road trip. And we planned this road trip out right around April-ish. My brother and his girlfriend at the time bought an RV, a 78 Dodge Toyota RV. We bought it from Pittsburgh, like downtown Pittsburgh off of some frackers. And on the side of it had a big Pittsburgh Steelers logo and Steelers spray painted down the side. Well, after we got it, I'm I'm driving the thing, okay? I'm driving home from Pittsburgh to Lower Borough, New Kensington. And we keep hearing honk, 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 honk. I thought people were being rude, so I'm like, F you, flipping the finger, F you, F you, F you, what the hell? And then my brother's like, Joe, we got Steelers written on the side of our RV and we're in Pittsburgh. Oh shit, hello, thank you, thank you, thank you. We get it home and we paint it all white because we were going to Colorado. And we paint it all white and we get it all loaded up, get it ready, get new tires, new fuel, new spark plugs, all that. And we head out on a road trip. First stop is our family farm in Fairhaven, Ohio. We stopped there for a night and seen my Aunt Carol. It was pretty cool to see her. I don't see her much, and I don't get to see the family farm much, so it was cool. We stayed there for a night. We took Jerry fossil hunting. We should have went there last. Fossils are rocks. When you put 500 rocks in your RV weighs about 200 pounds. Yeah, more. When you put 5,000 rocks in your RV, it's like 5,000 pounds. Not really. I think we were something like 800 pounds in stone because of the fossils. And I'll show you fossils one day on one of my next lives. I'll have fossils from the family farm to show you. But anyway, we fossil hunt. Next day, we wake up. My Aunt Carol had us breakfast, had everything going great. Hey, look, there's my mom getting ready to leave for work. We were get all of our food, get recuperated. We head out. We go to the Air Force Museum in Ohio, and that was cool. We walked around, got to see airplanes from all around the era, all around previous eras. It was awesome. Some of them you got to touch, some you didn't, some you got to sit in. So it was pretty cool. We leave the Air Force Base and Air Force Museum from Ohio and we start heading south. Well, we end up, holy shit. Down, what did we do? We went down, I believe we went down towards like Tennessee, Kentucky ish, like down to Arkansas. And man, wouldn't you know it, when we were in Arkansas, weather is beautiful. looked a lot like Pittsburgh area with the rolling mountains and valleys. We went to a crystal cavern, which was awesome. Down inside of a mountain, went in a cavern. We started driving some more, and next thing you know, the RV breaks down. And we had to call up Jerry's friend. Dude was like hippie Jesus. I can't remember the dude's name, but he was cool as shit. His dad was awesome, played the killer guitar. Thank you guys for helping us out. We hung out there, we partied it up the night, went to sleep, had us some beers and stuff. Woke up from where we were staying in Arkansas, started to head to Texas. We're going towards New Mexico now, through Texas. Well, in the top part of Texas, it snows. Not many people know that. And in the top part of Texas, where it snows, it likes to slush. Well, I'm in this RV with my brother and his old lady at the time, and we're driving, and my brother's like, "Hey, Joe, you feel like taking over? I'm getting tired." I was like, "Well, hell yeah, let me take over." I'll hop in the driver's seat. No sooner I get in the driver's seat, my brother lays his head down, freaking whiteout. Jerry and I are in the front seat. Through the air conditioning vent or heating vent, whatever you want to call it, we had snow coming through there. It was so cold and just so snowy. Every crack and crevice on the window was leaking slush. I could feel the RV getting heavier and heavier. And Jerry's like, "What are we going to do?" And I'm like, "Hey, I know what to do. I drove a lot of truck in the snow. This is what you do. You let someone pass you because I'm going slow and they want to go faster than me. So you let someone pass you and you kind of follow the tail lights when you can't see the road. But when the tail lights stop being straight in front of you and they go sideways, you know to stay left or right of the tilted tail lights." She's like, "What?" No less than 5 seconds later, a car passes me. I believe it was a Jeep. I'm following the tail lights, and then the tail lights turn sideways, and I stuck to the right of it. We look over, and that dude's in the ditch. He slid off the road. He was doing like 50, 45 in slush. I was doing like 20 putted past. Watched 2 rigs go by me, and then I followed their tail lights for a while, but they were doing the same thing as me, letting other people by. And what was it, like a pickup truck that was off to the right in the ditch. And then the 2 rigs got off at the exit. And as we blow past that exit, it comes down into a hump. And as we're coming down into a hump, we see this truck and a car, kind of like a big rig. But now the truck hit a guardrail and spun and like made like a V. Basically, it jackknifed, and the car slid into it. And we're like, "Oh shit!" So we had a CB in the RV, my CB for my rig. We pull into the truck stop that's at the bottom of the dip. I started hollering out, "Yo, Brick 19, get your ass on here! Anyone up here and listening?" I got a couple people holler back. I was like, "All right, listen, down here at this exit number mile marker, we got an accident. We got a truck and a car. Okay, oh shit, we got another truck involved. Shit, there's a cop that just got involved. Oh man, the ambulance involved. Somebody blocked that damn road up there already." And then I got hollered back on the CB. All right, we're taking care of it, man. We're taking care of it. There's a guy, because someone's going to get hurt, and call another ambulance down this way. Next thing you know, we realize that they're going to shut down both sides of the highway. It's getting bad. I'm like, "Guys, get in the freaking RV. Let's go." We grabbed our hot dogs. We got the hell out of there. I got up over the hump, and as I crest the hump, there's 20 trucks that line the highway that were in the truck stop that woke up from their nap to park on the highway, to block the highway, to save all you 4-wheel drivers from crashing into more people, and all you dumb drivers from crashing into more people. So thank you, truckers, for listening to me on the CB that day and blocking the highway. Kudos to you, truckers. I know you believe in safety, so thank you. But we got the highway blocked. No more accidents. They got to clean it up. We get out of that situation. I go to what we make it into New Mexico, and we pull in somewhere to sleep, like a RV campground shit. We sleep. We wake up, and I'm like, all right, this is awesome. My brother's driving. It's nice out. It's like 70 degrees again. I end up falling asleep because of just, riding as a passenger. I wake up from my nap at the Billy the Kid Museum. The Billy the Kid Museum. I love Billy the Kid. We get walking around. We showed up just at opening. Perfect timing when my brother pulled in. And, I had to burn one up real quick before I went in. I was on holiday. I go in, I'm all fucking baked up, smoky, having fun, giggling. I go in the Billy the Kid Museum, and I'm in awe. There's pots and pans and clothing and pictures and all kind of crazy shit from Billy the Kid, right? And there was this pot that Billy the Kid cooked his last meal in. It said you couldn't touch it. I walked up to the owner. I was like, you gotta let me touch it, because if you don't let me touch it, I'm gonna touch it. He's like, all right, you like it that much? I was like, yes, I love Billy the Kid that much. I gotta hold this pot. He's like, all right. Here's the pot. Here's his cast iron. Here's his coffee cup. I'm like, oh my God. Freaking amazing. This dude's phenomenal. We walk around, and part of the Billy the Kid Museum is just a museum where it got art, glass, guns, technology, stuff like that from the era of Billy the Kid and the Cowboys. Walking around, just beautiful, right? Checking out all this shit. We see Billy the Kid's grave, all that. We get back to the entrance to go leave, and I thank the guy. And I'm like a little kid in a candy shop that just got to meet, Willy Wonka. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This place is amazing. Thank you so much. He's like, well, young man, you want to see something real cool? I'm like, yeah. At the time, there was only 2 known pictures of Billy the Kid. This dude pulls out a tin picture and a glass picture. And he's like, yeah, put white gloves on. I put white gloves on. He puts them in my hand. He's like, I'm selling these to the History Channel for a documentary here that'll be aired next year. I didn't know if I should believe him or not, but I try to give everyone the benefit of doubt. He's like, oh, hell yeah. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to make some money off this and get some publicity. I was like, all right, yeah, man, that's awesome. Like, I'll be looking for it. Well, I still got more RV trip to tell about, but a year later, he was on the documentary that he was talking about, and he sold the pictures. And I held them before any History Channel member got to hold them. So thank you, Billy the Kid owner. The owner of the Billy the Kid Museum in New Mexico. You're freaking awesome. You're amazing. You made my day that day, and a day I'll never forget. Thank you. We leave Billy the Kid Museum. We start driving. We're having fun. New Mexico cops, they're good cops, okay? But when you're an out-of-towner, they can kind of fuck with you a bit. And we got fucked with, kind of. But the one cop that was tailgating us for a while learned a lesson real quick, because we're in a big freaking RV, and if a deer jumps out in front of me and we hit our brakes, that's a lot of vehicle that just comes to a stop. Dude, that cop almost hit us, turned his lights on, went out around us to like get in front of us and stop, and seen a pack of deer running across and fucking tagged one. Yeah. As he was turning his lights on to come around and pull us, like block us from going farther for jacking the brakes on him, which we didn't jack the brakes on him. We jacked the brakes because of the 12 deer running across the road. And he pulled up and clipped one, and he was just like, go, get out of here. But that was karma for you, for messing with us, and you shouldn't tailgate people because you almost hit us. And then you end up hitting a deer because you're pissed off that we hit our brakes. That young guy needed more training. I bet you by now, since it's been 10 years, He's probably a phenomenal cop, but at that time, you were a dumbass. Don't ever tailgate people, especially during rut season. Now, rut season in the up where I'm at is November, but dude, that's like second rut down there in April. Like, what the hell is he thinking? I don't know. Whatever. So we got deer chasing each other everywhere in this national park we're trying to drive around because we're trying to get up to the Four Corners. And we get up to the Four Corners finally, and we get pulled over. But the cop, I felt bad for him. He had psoriasis real bad. But he was a cool cop, Army vet, you know. As soon as he found out my brother was a vet, he started being a lot cooler with us. He was pretty cool, like, no complaints, in and out, let us go. We didn't do nothing wrong, but he still let us go. We go to Mesa Verde. And my brother's driving up this mountain in this RV, and it goes up 10,000 feet, I believe. And we get up to 10,000 feet, and we're walking around looking around, and there's this rock that looks like Mars. I kick it over, and there's a medical dispensary bag. Are you serious? So I grab it. And there was a doobie in it, and I lit it up thinking, oh, I'm 10,000 feet high. I'll be in the Mount High Club. Boy, when you're up that high, that's a mistake. It makes you twice as big. If you're going to do stuff like that, be careful and be aware of what you're doing. I got paranoid, noited out, freaked out, and my brother decided to drive the RV back down the mountain. And we had to stop like 5 times to let the brakes cool off. It was great. We leave the mountain and we go to the Grand Canyon. We check out Grand Canyon. That was pretty cool. Four Corners, Mesa Verde. Then we hop over into Colorado. And it went from desert to holy shit mountain. Oh, I'm lying. I forgot. We stayed in Taos, New Mexico for one night. Somewhere amongst that trip. The same night that damn skinwalker got spotted by the gas wells. Yeah, like 3 miles from where we were at. Then we went to Colorado. And dude, her uncle, Jerry's uncle, lived in, I believe, Boulder, Colorado, way up on the mountain. And we went there for Easter, plus there was a cannabis cup that I wanted to go to. It was the first recreational cannabis cup in America. I had to go to it. Mac Miller from Pittsburgh was playing. Got to see him live. That was pretty cool. But shit, I can't remember the name of the mountain. But it's the mountain that everybody races up. Her uncle lives directly across from that. And we hung out there. We checked everything out. We got to check out a couple of gold mining towns, shit like that, like real cool, beautiful stuff. After that, we go to the Cannabis Cup. That's a whole different other story. I'm not going to get too much into it other than, wow. And then after that, it lasted, 3 days. So, like, the first day totally blew my freaking mind, Colorado, the state, like, everything about it. The second day, I started to understand Colorado, and by the third day, I was like, okay, this is amazing, Colorado. And by the time we left Colorado, I was already missing it. But Colorado gets too damn cold for me. Now, we leave Colorado to head back home. On the way home, we stop in Kansas to see a friend of ours. Which Baker? Hey, thanks for giving us Baker and Bradford. Both agains, thank you for giving us a place to crash that night. We go there, we leave, and as we're coming home from Kansas, we're coming across Route 70. And there's tornado warnings, tornadoes this and that and another. And my brother's driving, and I can see a tornado forming about a mile, 2 miles behind us. And we're about to cross into Missouri, or AKA the true name, Missouri. But we're about to cross into Missouri, and I see this funnel forming. And my brother's like, "What do I do? Pull under a bridge?" I'm like, "Dude, that shit's a myth. Get the fuck away from that bridge. You don't want to be nowhere near a bridge." No. Get your ass going. If you can outrun the tornado, outrun it. If you can't, then you find shelter. And we can outrun it. We start driving, and my brother goes from being like 30 mph in a 55 to like 65 in a 55. And that RV wasn't going to do much more than that. Our door on the side of the RV, like the camper door, dude, we had to tie it with rope and bungees because of the wind from the tornado weather was just pulling it off its hinges. Just pop, 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 pop. We get it all tied up, and then the wind starts coming and tilting the RV. And by the time we got the door tied up, I switched with my brother. And that RV's blowing from one lane to the next. Like, I'm doing everything I can control. And I'm a trucker, so, like, dude, that's some strong freaking wind. We get about, I don't know, 20 mile into the wind, and there's a big rig on its side in the ditch. Another big rig I watch that was parked flip over because of the same wind I'm driving through. Yeah. We get through that bullshit through Missouri and all that, and we come up to Indiana. When we were in Indiana, it wasn't too bad, but we started running out of money. We only had a big bucket of change, so we started with quarters and 50-cent pieces, got fuel. By the time we hit Pennsylvania line and got fuel, it was right before the Pennsylvania line, I believe, in Ohio, like the last fuel stop before the Pennsylvania line. We were using pennies. I think we counted up $20 in wrapped pennies to get the last $20 of fuel to get from Ohio to our house in New Kensington, Pittsburgh. And that RV should have never made that trip, but it made that trip. And then my brother, him and his ex, uh, they were together at the time. Him and his ex took it to Ohio and I believe Indiana 2 or 3 different times. And it was just amazing. I couldn't believe that that vehicle that was that old, that beat up, made that the full trip, round trip. And all we had was a solenoid pack go bad, and oh crap, what was the other one? Oh yeah, the distributor cap. Other than that, bunch of new tires, and that was it. But you know, like the RV trip was amazing. Something I'll never forget, and something that I'm grateful that my brother and his ex drove me out to do because I wasn't gonna do it, and they begged me to go with them. And guys, thank you. And there's more stories to that one story. I just don't want to get into it because I'll be sitting here for 4 hours. But more with the RV. I'm a good one to live in America 6, 8 months, go to Thailand 6, 8 months, or stay in America for a year, go to Thailand for a year. One of them deals. So I'll buy like a mobile home and give it away. Like I bought a mobile home. My brother and Jerry moved in it. I come back. I basically gave it to him, and I moved into the RV because I gave him the house. Which my brother ended up paying me for the house several years later, even though I told him he didn't have to, because my brother's freaking awesome, and it let me buy another mobile home. But anyway, I lived out of that RV for a year, year and a half. And even though the winters were cold and it sucked, God, it was beautiful to look out them windows. And it was a comfortable space for one person. I'd need a bigger RV than that if me and my wife, or let me rephrase it, my wife and I were to live in an RV. I definitely need a bigger one. But as a single person, it was a nice little tiny home, nice bathroom. Barely turn around in it, but dude, it was nice enough that I could hop in, get a hot shower, go to the toilet, wash my face, whatever. I lived in that thing for a year and a half comfortably. It wasn't bad. It saved me a lot of money doing that. But now the RV's ripped down to tiny little pieces going to the scrap yard, and the only thing we're keeping is the 440 from that RV. And the reason being is because that 440 only got, I believe, 31 or 41,000 miles. Earlier, I wanted to sit back here with the RV, but the sun was so dang bright, I couldn't. All right, a little more of the T-Bird. And the RV I was talking about this whole time, this is what's left of it. But that was 24-foot RV. Not no more. But with the way the sun's glaring, I wasn't sure if anyone would even be able to see what was going on. Give me 1 second. Now, what's cool is I'm gonna do something about I'm gonna do like a video about this RV, and my brother and his ex, Jerry, which Jerry's one of my best friends, but him and Jerry painted that RV of the whole trip from where we left in Pennsylvania to Hoyt the Billy Kid Museum to Dulce where we went through to Taos where we stayed, and the Hoyt Colorado campus, call it the Hoy back, like the whole RV trip. They painted the Hoy around this RV, and I got pictures of it. I'll put it in a long video. But also, I had a coffee table with the last remaining pennies. I glued pennies around the coffee table, and all the Canvas Cup stickers I put on the table, and we clear coated it, right? Well, my dad kept the front of this van. I think I'm gonna take the front of the van, either make it like a wall mount or make like a bar counter out of it, and the bar countertop could be that tabletop I was talking about. But it's pretty cool what's left of it. I mean, looks wicked. Too bad it wasn't only that long. It'd be a nice wheelie car. See the dolly. But yeah, yesterday we had seats and everything set up on here, all goofy and fun, but it was supposed to rain, or it did rain. I ended up going to sleep a little early, but it was supposed to rain, so we covered up, and I don't think it did rain. But sorry, we don't want that 440 getting ruined, because we know we're going to come across something to put into it. And I apologize to anyone that was on here that I didn't read your messages with the sun glare. I cannot see what anyone's typing. I'll read them later. But thank you for anyone that does leave messages. Thank you for everyone that's been tuned in. Let me go this way and try to get all three vehicles in one shot. What's left of them? Well, what's left of the one and the two awesome ones. Here, you see it? 66 T-Bird, 84 Camaro Z28, 78 Dodge Toyota RV ripped down to almost nothing. Not a bad lineup. All I need is my intruder. But not too bad. Let's keep walking back, see how far it takes me. The way the camera's still, I gotta walk about 20 feet back to get in the view. Let's get this up. All right, like so. Yeah, my 66, I'm gonna have some fun with. I'm definitely leaning towards new fenders because of these putty patches. That whoever owned it before me had some serious putty done on this, because like it's thick. Like, all right, it's like but we're going to get some new fenders on this. Here in the next couple days, I'm going to do some small maintenance, and I got a water pump that I need to change out on this that I'm probably going to film here soon, changing the water pump. I got to get my window winder to work better in this, and the door latches oiled up nice. I got a bunch of stupid stuff I got to kind of slap back together on it real quick that I'm going to do over the next week. But this is my baby. I'm going to make her into a beauty. She's already a beauty how she sits, but she'll be even better by the time I'm done. But I think that's going to be about it for today, guys. I appreciate everyone again that tuned in, will tune in. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great morning, a great evening. A great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and a great night. Like, subscribe, hit the notification, and I'll see you next time at the next Having a Cup of Joe with Joe. Bye.